Just over a year ago, Kirstie and I came here to sunny Brighton to help find a suitable home for an expanding family. We did find some stunning seaside places, but the path to the perfect property was a rocky one.
If Charles doesn't like this one, I think we might have a fight on our hands.
Ooh!
You haven't got a leg to stand on, my darling.
Perhaps I better shut up now.
Charles Allen and Sarah Metzen lived in London with their toddler William. They loved their life in the capital and were reluctant to move. But with Charles's new job in Brighton and with baby number 2 on the way, it was time for a move to the coast in search of a more relaxed lifestyle.
Brighton has always been popular among Londoners wanting a similar way of life without the big city problems. Apart from the pull of the sea, Brighton has always had a reputation as a cosmopolitan and lively place to be, as well as offering young families a wide choice of good primary and secondary schools. All this, and it's within an hour's commute of London.
At the time, house prices were virtually on a par with London ones, so incomers were often disappointed to find their money didn't go as far as they thought.
Charles starts his new job in 3 weeks, so Phil and I must get cracking.
Brighton is a town which has a huge student population, a large gay community. Don't you think it's about time you gave up?
No, actually. I think that Brighton's also got a lot of families living here, and just because you've got children doesn't mean you can't live in a city.
How about the boundaries of the search as far as areas concerned?
We need to make sure that we live close to a good school, definitely within their catchment area.
Sarah and Charles's budget is a handsome 550 grand. For this, they want a central period property with 4 bedrooms and 3 reception rooms. And at the top of their list, near a good school.
30 years ago, you bought a house because you liked it. Simple as that. But nowadays, there are so many more factors involved in choosing a home. And for many parents, myself included, being in the right catchment area for the best schools is the absolute key. But it all comes at a price. You can expect to pay up to 1/3 more for a house that guarantees your child a place at a top-rated school. But remember, both catchment areas and schools can change over time. So if you're thinking about spending over the odds on a house because it's in the right location, make sure you look into it carefully.
There are lots of good schools and period properties in family-friendly Preston Park, a 20-minute walk from the centre of Brighton, and where we are starting our search.
Here we are, first house of the day.
The house we've found here is a great buy. It's a bright 3-storey mid-terrace with lots of character.
Downstairs, it has a knocked-through sitting room with original features and a sunny kitchen. And upstairs are 5 really good-sized bedrooms and a family bathroom.
The garden's a bit small and the downstairs space could be bigger, but it's way under their budget at $420,000. And I've got an idea about how they can increase the space. Now, we've chosen this house to show you, first of all, for 2 reasons. One is the schools, because that's a key thing for you. There are 2 schools within half a mile of here.
Okay.
Catchment areas are never going to be a problem. Half a mile's just too close for it to become a problem. And the other one is price. This is on the market at $420,000, so comfortable. The lack of separate adult and family rooms downstairs is a bit of a drawback. One simple solution would be to extend the kitchen out into the dead area to the side of the house, almost doubling the size of the room. Quite serious work, structural work.
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd find living in the house with potentially 2 small babies whilst that was going on, but it is nice to have the option to add value.
Yeah, absolutely.
The thing is, what it lacks in reception space, it more than makes up for in bedroom space.
Wow.
Obviously, at the moment, it's the study of the current vendor. It would be the master bedroom. And it is the most fantastic, sunny room with a view of the sea.
It's a lovely light room, and I like the view down the road.
Yes.
That appeals to me.
I have a thing about houses which look down the road.
I think it's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think this is a good outlook.
Wait till you see the room above, Sarah.
This seems to me to be the dream study. Now, that in the summer would be quite something.
Yeah.
And it's a really, really big space. Enough for 2 or 3 desks.
And amazing views.
Sarah seems pretty taken with this house, but what does Charles make of it?
I like the house, and
Me too.
I particularly like the fact that it has the number of bedrooms that it has, and you can make different use of them. The downside is the garden, which is not a significant improvement, if any improvement, on the size of our current garden, and is overlooked.
But is it a good start?
It's a good start.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised, particularly at the price that you said it's on.
Next up, and we're sticking to Preston Park, as we know the schools are good and they like the location. If the last house compromised on garden and downstairs space, this one is a winner on both counts.
It's a huge double-fronted house with 4 large reception rooms and kitchen downstairs and 4 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms upstairs. It's been let out to students and needs a bit of TLC, but space-wise, it's second to none.
It also has 3 garages and off-street parking, and a good primary school is just across the road.
The snag is that they'll have to pay for all this, as the house is £5,000 over budget. But as ever, price is negotiable. Come on in. To what can only be described as quite an impressive hallway.
Room for the pushchair here, Sarah.
Yes.
Fantastic dining room. It really depends whether you like this look or not.
Very strange.
This is a fantastic room.
I really like the idea of it. I love double-fronted houses, and I've been all the time saying to Charles, I want space.
The road bothers me.
But if you want to live, you know...
I know. I think, yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's going to be about compromises, but the road is an issue.
Of all the compromises that we're probably going to have to make, though, being near a busy road is one that I could do without it hurting.
Could there be trouble in paradise? Sarah can see that this is a spacious house in a good location for schools.
But the busy road is definitely putting Charles off. Who's going to win this little battle?
There's nothing wrong with odd-shaped rooms, but this house has too many odd-shaped rooms, I think. I can't see us living here.
This house is really doing it for me.
Yeah, I can tell. Sarah's flashing up like a little Belisha beacon.
I like this house.
Well, why?
Because it's big.
It's doing it for me less, mainly because I think it's a mishmash of things. I can see us wanting to spend a significant amount on this house and not having the money to do it.
Yeah, you're dead right. You wouldn't have the money to do it.
So, 1-0 to Charles. But tomorrow, Sarah has the last word. We've got to raise the stakes, and we have with a real cracker of a family home. It's in Hove, which is a bit further away from the centre of Brighton than our last 2 houses, but the trade-off is a much bigger garden and nearer to the sea. This semi-detached house has 3 reception rooms, a kitchen and shower room downstairs, and 4 lovely bedrooms and bathroom upstairs, plus that elusive family garden. It comes in at 10 grand under their 550 grand maximum budget, so fingers crossed.
Coming straight in, we've got a door on either side, and then this is the main reception room. It's painted a very, very dark colour, but even so, it still feels light.
Yeah.
It is a really big room.
It's a really nice sized room, and you could have children's paraphernalia down one end
and adults up here. Absolutely. You've got a
this
totally
end.
separate dining room.
The dining room's a real bonus. This house gives them that separate adult and child space they're looking for. It's pretty much perfect.
Wow.
This is the one. Yeah. This is the one.
I absolutely love it. If Charles doesn't like this one, I think we might have a fight on our hands.
Ooh.
Coming out the back, you see that the house is in the perfect place on the street because you've got an open aspect.
I can see William running around and playing in the garden. It's a really nice size.
Speaking of William, you'll want to know about schools.
Yes, please.
West Hove School is about a 10 minutes walk.
Okay.
Apart from the fabulous location with great schools, the inside space really works for them too, especially the bathroom.
Gosh.
What do you think to this? This is the original bath from the house, from the 1927 refit.
Really?
They had it re-enamelled.
You're joking.
No, isn't it fantastic? Look
This
at
is
this.
fantastic.
Look
I love the taps. Look at them.
This is the clincher.
They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing.
It really is. It's just a
And the
wonderful,
2 sinks.
wonderful
Now, I've
bathroom.
always wanted 2 sinks.
No, 2 sinks is a great luxury.
This house appears to be a real winner.
I think it's fan-bloody-tastic, I have to say.
I like everything about this house.
So another no then.
I love this house. I really like this house. I'm struggling to find anything I don't like about this house.
I really like it. I like the street. I like the feel of it. My one reservation is that this house has been so beautifully restored that we really wouldn't be able to add anything to it.
Unless you went into the loft.
Unless we went into the loft.
But that's such a feeble...
No, it's not. It's not. No, because it's an important consideration, because the house in this street with the loft extension, you'd be looking at about 600,000. Even if you spent 25 grand on doing the loft and added 45 grand to the value of the house, you'd still be doing well.
The Hove House may look like a dead cert, but Charles and Sarah have always said they wanted to live in the heart of Brighton because of the buzz of city life. So before they make their minds up, I want to show them a great house which I think could knock Hove off pole position.
This stunning townhouse is slap bang in the heart of the trendy Seven Dials area, and it has good schools as well.
It's a 4-storey Georgian house. On the ground floor, it has a sitting room and kitchen. And upstairs, there's a bathroom and 4 bedrooms. Outside, there's a really pretty decked town garden. But it's on the market at just under £580,000.
It is priced a little over budget, but we have a plan.
A cunning plan. Charles, you come with me and I will
Certainly.
illustrate the cunning plan.
Sarah, you come up this way.
The clever thing is that there's a flat in the basement that could be let out to help pay off the larger mortgage they'd need.
Actually, this would be the sitting room of the self-contained flat. Bedroom at the front, sitting room, kitchen, bathroom. The agent believes we could get about £650 a month in rent for this flat.
Right. How much are they asking for the house?
Well, the thing is, you need that £650 because they're asking £579,950 for the house.
Ouch.
I know renting out a flat wasn't part of their grand scheme, but in the long term they could turn it into a fantastic family home. This must give Charles food for thought.
That's the family bathroom. And the weakness of the house has to be that because there is only one at the moment. But there is tons of other space through the bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, 2 on each level.
I like it. You know, it's similar to where we're living at the moment in lots of ways, but it's bigger. So I think it's going to be tough.
Now, this can only be described as a Brighton-style garden.
Yeah. And it's lovely.
It is lovely. It absolutely is.
Sarah's going to say it's not kid-friendly, it's not big enough.
She is going to say it's not big enough, and that is the Brighton compromise.
Yeah. I love this house. I love it. I think it's great.
Strongest feeling of any of the houses?
For me, I mean, without my sensible head on, I would definitely want to live here.
I'm a great one for heart over head, but he has only seen the basement.
Amazing. And Sarah's pretty keen too, but at least she's had a proper viewing.
Gosh, this is a nice sized
big,
room, isn't it?
It's 22 foot wide.
You can see quite far, can't you?
I think it's lovely for you. And yet you're right in the thick of things here.
Yeah.
Schools, you've got Downs School and Stanford School, both under a mile.
OK. It's going to be a real dilemma, isn't
I'm
it?
afraid it is.
Well, this is a turn up for the books. I thought Sarah was 100% for the Hove House, but now they're both having a wobble. It's that location thing again.
On a personal level, this is my favourite.
I was completely sold on the one we've just seen, but this has now completely changed my mind.
Changed your mind?
Well, yeah, because I thought that there wouldn't be a house that would be better than that, and this, in lots of ways, is. But that's because it suits the life that we're sort of leaving behind.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
I wasn't expecting that smile still there.
Well, I really like the house, and we could make it into a family home, but I just can't imagine children having any fun at all in that garden. It's just not.
I can see them having fun. I think it might be dangerous fun. And there's not kick-around space, and there's not riding a tricycle.
So this is your dream house, and if you say no to it, you're doing it entirely on account of your children's needs.
Yes.
Yeah.
I hope you feel good. I hope you feel really good. I can see the halo. Look, little halo.
It's been quite a journey for Sarah and Charles, and their search has thrown up some interesting dilemmas.
But I'm sure that after a good night's sleep, they'll have made up their minds.
And I think we know which one it's going to be.
Next morning, and no surprises, we're back in Hove. And first things first, Charles and Sarah want to check out the local primary school. An expert!
It's a good school, good Ofsted report. The nearer you are, the more likely you are to get in, and you're half a mile from this school.
The school's fine, so it's back to the house where William adds his seal of approval.
You look at home here, don't you? Should we have a look upstairs? Should we pick a bedroom for you?
The only concern for Charles is whether the asking price of 540 grand is fair.
But I've been doing my homework. In June of last year, this house next door, which is an exact replica, was sold at £499,950.
Right.
And prices in this area have since risen by 11%, so the asking price seems fair.
Can you see yourself living here now?
I can see myself living here, yes.
Now we just have to nail the deal. I think you want to buy that house.
I think we do.
It won my heart as soon as I saw it. It really did.
My advice is that we open proceedings with an offer at 520.
Sarah?
Yeah.
Although this is a good house at a fair price, they're in a great position and we can afford to put in at least one cheeky offer.
Alex, hi, it's Phil Spencer. Hello. We've had our chat, and after a fair amount of angst and deliberations, I do have an offer for you. Whilst the offer is lower than your clients will hope for, it couldn't come from two people who are more serious and more committed to it. They are prepared to pay $520,000 for that house. Great stuff. Thanks a lot. Bye. A reply comes back within minutes. Hello, Phil Spencer. Hi. That was quick work. Brave talk. They know they're in a great position and they know the market's not in a great position. Okay. Many thanks. Bye. A flat no. A little surprising. But I'm still determined to get them a good deal. So we agree that 527 is our final bid. It's a fair way under the asking price, but a good offer in a slow market. Surely they'll bite this time. Alex, hi. Well, I appreciate all that you've done, Alex. All I can say is that...
They're crazy.
They'll... All I can say is that the offer will remain on the table, but sadly it won't be increased. Thanks a lot. Bye. This is a bit of a game. Property buying always is, and we're involved in that game, so this is part of it. You might have a sleepless night.
We're in shock. We thought they'd grab at this watertight offer.
But I think if we sit tight, they might have second thoughts. It's a risky strategy, but gotta be worth a go. 7 days later, they got back in touch. Well, I finally got some news. It's taken quite a few days of toing and froing, but the offer of 527 has just been accepted.
Brilliant. Excellent.
Ah, I do love a happy ending.
But 2 days later came the devastating news. The house Sarah and Charles had fallen in love with had been taken off the market, and with a second baby on the way, time was running out. We handed over our contacts and they continued to search in Brighton. And 4 painstaking weeks later, they found their new home just a few streets away in Hove. And this is it. These guys had more than their fair share of ups and downs, but they did manage to buy the seaside home that they'd always dreamt about. It looks pretty smart on the outside, so I can't wait to see what happens inside. It's over a year since I last saw Sarah and Charles, so I can't wait to meet the new arrival. For $540,000, they bought a 4-bed property with plenty of scope to expand. They got the separate living room and playroom they longed for, and a huge garden complete with summer house. Hello. Good morning. Nice to see you all.
And you. This is Martha.
Hello, Martha.
Come on in.
Come on in, yeah.
Big families now.
Certainly,
Big
yeah.
family house.
This is the main front room. Our space. So
Your grown-up space.
Grown-up
It does
space.
seem very grown-up. No toys of yours, William.
now, but this room is William's room. Sarah will open up.
This is my room.
Yes. So we got the separation of the
You have. That's what you were always
the
after.
playroom and the main room for us. Yeah.
Now, how long did you have to wait to find this after losing the other one?
About 4 weeks. I saw it. I got a call from the estate agent and I saw it after work. called Sarah from the bus, told her that I'd seen the house for us, didn't I?
Yeah.
And was it instant the moment you came in here?
For both of us it was, yeah.
And how do you feel it compares to the one that got away?
Well, we're pleased with it. I think we prefer it to the one that got away. It's got more space, it's a better location, and it's got more character, actually. It's got real character, this house, and that was something that we were always after, so it ticks the boxes.
The house has a wealth of original features over the 3 floors and plenty of space for the family. So much so, in fact, that the children have taken over the whole of the top floor. William gets his own room, and Martha gets a beautiful new nursery. And they've got a fantastic master bedroom. I love what they've done here. On a separate floor, there's a huge guest room and large bathroom. Charles was always after a house where he could add value. I'm wondering if he has plans. It's in great condition.
It is, yeah.
But are there things that you'd like to do over time?
We are thinking about converting this room back into a bedroom and making a smaller but still good-sized bathroom, breaking into the spare room, because that's a big double room.
From an investment point of view, it'd be a great thing to do. There is a big difference. There's a big leap in value between a 4-bedroom house and a 5-bedroom house. You paid, what, $540 for this? I've had a chat to local agents, and they reckon that a 5-bedroom house here would be up to $590. There aren't that many of them.
Yeah.
And you've got the leap.
Yeah.
The building work for adding the extra bedroom would cost around £3,000, but Charles should expect to see an extra $50,000 added to the value of the house. Quite an impressive return. So what about the garden? What a stunning garden.
It is, isn't it?
It's huge.
We're really pleased with the garden.
I should think you are. That's 3 times the size of anything else that we saw.
Yeah, we did really well. It's perfect.
And that's a...
Amazing summer house, I know.
It's more substantial than a
expect-
summer house. And tell me about William's schooling. How did that turn out? Are you happy with that? I mean, he's at nursery now.
He's at
presumably.
nursery now for 3 days a week, and there are 2 very good primary schools that we're in the catchment area for, and they're feeder schools for 2 good secondary schools, so hopefully we're sorted for the longish term.
It is a superb house. I'm massively impressed, and I only wish that I'd found it myself. I'm just so pleased for Charles and Sarah. They eventually got exactly what it was that they were after. I particularly like that grown-up room. I think I could do with one of those myself.